Hello knitters, welcome back to Rena Knits. In this video, we're going to be making little bow ties. It's a very simple project. It takes roughly about 30 minutes, but it's a fun project as well. And it's something that you could also get your kids involved in to make a few different colors that they could wear at different occasions, either at proms, graduations, or even during special occasions like St. Patrick's Day, so you can make a green bow tie, or Halloween to go with a particular outfit. So it's a perfect little project for the whole family. Have fun and enjoy. To make a men's tie bow, what you will need is yarn. I'm using a weight of size 4 Red Barn yarn. Needles, they could be double pointed needles or just plain needles. I'm using a US 7 or a 4.5 millimeter needle, and then a sewing needle. To begin, you will cast on 8 stitches. Once you've cast on 8 stitches, what you're going to do is for 12 rows, you're going to do the stockinette pattern. So which is basically row 1 is all knits, and then row 2 is all purls, and you will do this for 8 rows. Once you have knit the 12 rows of the stockinette pattern, the wrong side will be facing you before you switch over. So you will now, with the wrong side facing you or the back side facing you, you are now going to increase the number of stitches by 11. So you're gonna add 11 more stitches, and we're gonna just add 11 this way. Once you have cast on the 11 stitches, what you're going to now do is continue with the stockinette pattern for another 4 rows. So again, you will knit one side and purl the other side for 4 rows. Once you have knit your 4 rows, what you're now going to do when your project is facing the right side towards you, you are going to cast off or bind off the 11 stitches. After casting off the 11 stitches, you should have 8 stitches remaining, and you will continue knitting them till the end of the row. Then you will continue with the stockinette pattern for another 20 rows with these 8 stitches. So you will continue with this pattern for another 20 rows. So the right side will be all knit and the wrong side will be all purl for 20 more rows. And after that, we will bind off. Once you have knit the 20 rows, what you're now going to do is bind off the last stitches. So bind off the 8 stitches. After binding off the stitches, you are going to leave about a few inches, 2 to 3 inches of yarn, which you'll need to sew one side of this piece. So leave a little bit of extra yarn for sewing. Then you would take your needle, put it through, and you would tighten the side up. You would lock the last stitch. Then you would take your needle, you would fold this with the back facing forward, facing outward. And what you would do is just sew this part together. You will not sew this or this side, only the short side together. Once you have it sewn, just lock it in place. And what you're gonna do is cut the side up, cut the string, the yarn. And you will also cut the yarn here. You're gonna make it right side up. Then you're gonna position it so that this length, this part is in the center. So you're gonna position it such that it's in the center. And you're gonna fold this a little bit. And you're gonna loop this around. Like that. Now you could loop it like this, or you could loop it like that, depending on which way you want your seam to go. Either way works, but you're gonna fold it together by just bending this a little bit and locking it in place. Then you're gonna take your yarn, a little bit of your yarn, and you are going to stitch this part together. So you're going to stitch this together. And then what I'm going to do is take my yarn and lock this in place. So I'm basically just sewing this together, so that way then it doesn't open up. That's all. And I'll do it a few times around so it's nice and tight. And here I'm going to just lock this in place like this. Just knot it. A few times. And then I'm going to just cut this extra yarn. And here you go. You have yourself a bow. Now, if you want to tie it on for a special occasion, you could take a safety pin and just attach it to a shirt. And these are your bows. Relax, enjoy, and keep knitting. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to get the latest videos on knitting projects, knitting ideas, knitting patterns, and much more.